It was at this moment that he knew.
He bucked up. Welcome. You're listening to Bucked Up with Sam Buck.
Fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you have fucked up.
See, that's the thing with me is I'm handsome, so people don't know I have anxiety, but I have crippling depression.
I like that you think, excuse me, you're a skateboard 7 at best. That's...
Dude,
come
you're
on.
You're like a Rocket League 5. What are we talking about?
I've never played Rocket League. I'm not European.
I'm not lame. I like it. That was a good
You
start.
look like you stream Fortnite.
Oh, listen, I look like a lot of things, but a streamer is 100% one of them.
So this is normally a self-help podcast, but I think we're just going to go back and forth roasting each
is that
other
what this
for
is?
an hour. Just
If
joke.
this is what that is, then I came in here with a wrong mentality.
45 minutes
came in
in,
hot.
the jokes are just
I
getting
came in
horrible.
hot. I said a big word before the podcast. We're not going to say what word I said.
He picked up
the music starts. I get played off. All right, guys, thanks for tuning into the podcast.
He picked up a thesaurus and picked the biggest word he could find.
It was Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You can say whatever you want because you just made out with a man.
I don't want to talk. Yes.
you have gone farther than many.
I
many,
forgot. I have. Oh, there was so much emotions and adrenaline running at the end of that podcast. I run out. Didn't even start cleaning the studio.
Two, but we should give the listeners your name.
Oh yes. Hi guys. My name is Dylan J. Negri. What's up? Welcome to the podcast.
And two, we should say we were just at the recording of the ASSIE Awards.
Yes.
For rap, and if you watch that episode,
not to spoil anything, but my tongue might have gone down another man's mouth.
I think
And
you docked with another man.
Yes, it was no. I'm not gonna say yes to that. It was funny because there was so much going on after, and I walk out of the room and I see Joey. I'm like, oh, Joey's here. I'm just like vibing. He goes, "You doing the podcast?" And I go, "Oh yeah, I'm Let's go talk about kissing men, I guess, 'cause I know exactly what the fucking first question's going to be."
Welcome to the Bucked
here's my
Up
response.
Podcast. This is where we talk about kissing boys.
Look back at the footage. Zach pulled back. That's all I'm gonna say. Look back at the footage. My tongue was ready to. I was ready. In my head, I was like, "You're gonna stay there until he doesn't want it anymore." I was like, you know what? Fuck it. This is what you want. We're gonna do it.
This is the second Bucked Up episode that might be used in a courtroom.
Is the last one when the
I
dude
said I'd give it.
right here.
I said I'd give it to him until he stopped, until he didn't want it anymore. But he pulled back in the beginning, and I kept going.
Yes. I swear I did. Also, I think I cut my lip. I don't know if he has a piercing or something.
He definitely has a piercing.
I've been feeling this problem. I think I cut my lip on his mouth, which is very
This is what you do for your
hot.
job. How
Guys,
much of a raise would you need to dock with Zach?
Oh my God, I would need to be. See, I feel like Shannon would like say something of like, "Oh, I would never do it. I'm sorry. I like money. There's a number for anything. Like there's, give me $1,200 a week.
$1,200 a week, and you'd stick
Extra on top.
You'd stick your dickhead inside of Zach Amico's.
Annie's looking at me with a look I don't understand. She
foreskin.
doesn't like the money amount or the fact that I have to dock with Zach. She's
$1,200 is actually a good $1,200
a week for the rest of my life until as I've worked to do one dock.
One dock. One dock.
You're right. If I was in like California, I would be the next Batman. Like
I don't.
Like I would be in a cost of living. I mean, what's
there's no.
How much is that
a
year?
dock a week?
How much is that?
This isn't the fucking Hubble space program.
$1,200 a week is
$1,200 a week,
times 50.
but you only got. How much is that a year? Yeah.
Taxes out?
No taxes on this.
I can't speak on this matter.
62,000. So for 60, okay.
If you're dyslexic, there's a 420 in there.
For the listeners,
just saying. I saw it.
Dylan, my guest on the self-help podcast,
For $62,000 a year.
For $62,000 a year,
For the rest of
would
his life.
stick your dickhead inside the foreskin
let's not-
of Zach Amico.
Let's not get the title for the fucking YouTube clip all fucking pasted and ready right now.
Excuse me, this
I'm
is a self.
I'm
I'm
pulling
not
back
cutting this.
immediately.
I have,
That is not going to be the header of this YouTube clip. My face. Dylan sucks. Tip for dick for. No, we're not doing that. No.
Dylan,
I will not agree. No.
60.
Ani is my lawyer. She's Jewish. She's not.
Wait, who was I? I
got her a Christmas gift and I wrote Jew all over it. And I go, it's because you're Jewish. And she goes, I'm not Jewish.
She goes, I'm Armenian. It's a different type of genocide. It's a different type.
Oh, man. I don't.
I think the Jews were first.
No.
I think it.
We're not getting into this.
This is a.
We were in Egypt. Did you build the pyramids? Yeah. She goes, yeah.
I actually, this
Get
is you. I'm happy that we get to talk because you deal with a lot of shit with work, but also just online. I feel like because you get like the short end of the stick as a joke sometimes, you probably get a lot of hate online.
Yeah, I mean,
when did that like what like how many years?
When did it start?
Immediately.
The second I logged on to the internet, people were calling me big words. I feel like I've been in Call of Duty chat rooms my entire life. It's as if Call of Duty has never left. Like I played Black Ops once, my mic was on accidentally, and I just screamed, "What the hell?" and started like kind of crying. Some dude was like, ha, he's crying, and ever since then it's just been.
I never played with headphones for that reason. I just didn't. I'm not an aggressive person.
Told you
like,
it's the anxiety. It develops, and
yeah. Before this podcast, he's like, "You have anxiety, right?" And I was like, "We have a listener. Someone listens to this podcast."
You know. But no, I've it's
when
fun.
did you start at Gas though?
Almost over a year now. I started last November. I was a intern.
Were you on camera almost immediate? Like when did that start with
My
you being
first on camera even mentioned? So I was an intern. I literally remember the next week after I got the job, I was like, "Hey, can I take off for Thanksgiving?" I swear to God, I looked at everyone. I was like, "I'm still gonna go home for Thanksgiving, right?" And like everyone was like, "Yeah, but when you come back, you start." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And so I started like technically December 1st, whatever you want to say, and first camera, I think it might have been Broad Topics, believe it or not. Broad Topics, Kim Condon, it was me and another intern, and she goes, they were trying to figure out who's hotter, because we were sitting at the window, so we're both sitting there, and the camera turns around, and they're trying to decide who's hotter. Lewis, and then my first rap appearances, Lewis made me watch a TikTok, and I'll never forget this day. It's in a weird way. It's also, I look back at it now, still gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there just editing in the window, and not always is it the speaker on, so you don't hear them. So I don't hear them. I'm just sitting there editing, and then someone's just like, "Lewis wants you." It was Nate at the time, the Aussie, and he goes, "Lewis wants you," and I go, like, "Is this a joke?" Like, okay. He kind of looks at me like, "Let's go." And I go in there and I kind of step in the booth. And he goes, points into the door. I don't know what the fuck's happening. People,
yeah.
That's what sometimes people I feel like forget is like, I wasn't a fan of Gas before the fucking job. Like I was really a fan of Ari Shaffir, who I knew about Skankfest because he did crazy things and went on Joe Rogan. And then first time I was on Gas was Nate invites me into the office. And I remember just going and sit down. They made me watch some like TikTok video of the girl going into a Starbucks. She sings a song of, she sings her order. It's like, and it's like, "Can I get a melting on it?" It's like that beat, whatever. The bit becomes, let's send Dylan to a Popeyes in Harlem and have him sing a song similar to that in that tone and see how it goes. Because the bit was, let's have that bitch do it in Harlem. And me being me, people also, they see me and see who I am. I appreciate a good joke, and especially when I see it. And I was like, all right, I'm game for this.
Yeah.
My only problem was I went to a Harlem at 2 a.m. I honestly look at me with another look. I'm telling you.
Do you have like a cameraman with you?
Yes,
in a film?
I had the other intern, and I have my friend Kareem. I bought a black guy for confidence. Always bring brown guy for confidence.
Kareem, yes. Okay.
So Reem, no, listen. So actually,
His name's Reem or Kareem?
we call him Reem. I worked at a bar at
Okay.
the time, and I was getting off at the bar. And long story short, I didn't have enough time to film this bit. We filmed it twice during the day at 2 Popeyes. Lewis sees the first one. The Latina lady goes, "Ha ha ha, very funny." Gives me my order. I go to a one in Brooklyn. Again, does not get the reaction he wants. She goes, "Okay," gives me my order. So now I have 2 chicken sandwiches and a Mad Lewis. Lewis wanted the reaction he wanted. Popeyes, I go to work that day. I worked at a bar. I asked Reem, I go, "Yo, can you please accompany me to Harlem?" He goes, "Got you." Comes to me to Harlem. I do the bit. She's getting mad. The patrons behind me waiting for their food at 2 a.m. and getting mad. And immediately the dude behind me goes, "Yo, you think it's a fucking game?" Or like just some shit like that. And I'm like shaking. I'm singing the song. And then eventually I go, "Bail." We start walking out. I start walking down the street. The cameraman goes the opposite way towards the train. I don't have the confidence to wait for a train. I'm a dumbass. I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna call a taxi." And yeah, I'm an idiot. I realize.
I won't wait for the train, but let me wait for a taxi.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I was so scared.
This is your first big assignment on the
First
job.
big assignment. I get to the corner of the street, me and Reem. I am freaking out. I'm honestly like, I'm telling you, I told the whole story on rap, so there's a clip of that, but I'm gonna say right here, like inside scoop, I'm fucking screaming. I'm like losing my mind trying to get a taxi. As I'm like calling Ubers, getting taxis, just doing everything, fucking losing my mind. I finally get into a taxi. The second the door closes, doot, doot, doot. "Hey, yo, you think it's a fucking game? Get out the car." It's a dude that was behind me in line.
He ate his chicken sandwich. He's still
And
mad.
I'm screaming, "Go, go, 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 go." And it's not like the movies. He doesn't go. I'm going to tell you right now, if you scream at a taxi driver,
To
go, 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 they do not go.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And this guy, he goes, "What is he? What is he doing? What does he want?" I go, "Go, go, go." He's just, this guy's, I hate doing the accent, but he's just screaming. I'm like, I don't know. I don't, just please go. And he goes, "Yo." And he starts hitting the thing. And I think I might have clicked it, but the door's locked. Thank God. He starts hitting the door. And he goes, "Yo, get the fuck out the car." And I go, "Bro, chill, bro, chill." He lifts up his shirt and there's a gun. And he goes, "Bro, get the fuck out the car. I'm gonna smoke you and your bro right now." And like again, people think I made this story up. I would love to, because I'm telling it now. Like, trust me, I would love to have made me crying to my girlfriend at the time coming home that night. Like, it was a fucking night. Long story short, he gets to the other side of the car, Kareem's side. Kareem opens the door.
This
Well,
is
he's
supposed to
black.
be your
He's gonna talk to
protector.
him. And he gave me a look. So Kareem opens the door and he goes, "Yo, chill, 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 chill." And he goes, "Yo, you run with this dude? You running with this buffoon, this white guy?" And he starts saying all this shit. And how to get a taxi driver to move again? Don't say "go, go, go." You say this phrase: "I'll give you $30,000 if you move the car right now." Literally word for word what I said. The car started moving. The guy's yelling. Kareem gets back in the car. I get Kareem to close the door. It's like kind of half closed. We start moving, turning, and I'm just screaming at the guy, "Go, go, go!" And I again, I didn't say this on. I don't think I said this on the story. Something hit the car. I don't think it was a gunshot, because I feel like I would have known that. I think he might have just picked up like something around and threw it. 'Cause I heard something hit nearby, but again, pissing my pants. I get dropped off. I had like $50 cash in my pocket, and that was more. The Uber was like 30, so I give the guy 50, and he goes, looks at me. I go,
Yeah, like you're not getting $30,000
Fuck,
out
we're
of
getting
it. You almost get shot. You almost
I
got
looked at-
shot for.
I looked at him and I was exactly like, I'm just carrying. I looked at him and I was like, if you know what, you would have gotten like 150 if you went at go, go, go.
Yeah, exactly.
You would have gotten I swear I would have been like, "Stop at the ATM. Here's a hundo 50. You're a great getaway driver. You sucked, homie. You almost got me shot."
Yeah.
And then I came in, I tell the story on rap. 2 weeks later, Nate's leaving for Australia. "Hey Dylan, do you want to be second chair on rap?" And then now it gets back to the hate comments. When did it start? Immediately. Like literally immediately. Nate's not there. I'm there. It sucks. Everyone hates me. And then I'm just
And you're not even like you're not coming in as like, "Oh my God, I'm a fan. Like this is my dream."
and it's so, and people go like, online, people are like, "Oh, you just love to be on mic." I was like,
I didn't know my fucking role. So when Lewis goes, tell me about this story, I go, all right, so this is why I like it. And then everyone in the chat's like, why is he talking? I'm like, how do I explain the story in like sign language, my guy? And like, what are we doing? And that's where it's funny is like today I'm like looking at the chat and like, this is where you start just like a year now. I look back at it and I grown from it is going even now where I still get booty tickled. Like you look at the fucking chat, you look at them call you every name of the book, and then you kiss Zach Amico, and it's just you're the man of the hour.
Yeah.
It and it's one of those things where I'm like, if you can't just take the hate at the same time, you just let it all roll off of you. I stopped reading the YouTube comments. That's helped.
Do you ever get like hate DMs? Or do people get that it's kind of like a game? Like
I get like I think okay.
Do people take it too seriously? Is what
yes, I mean like I've gotten like 3 hate DMs like out of like a lot more love. Like I don't want to count how many love, but like more in the 50s, like up. The one dude was like something with Harrington. He was like, "Yo, Harrington's gonna fucking murder you," and I was like, "Hell yeah, dude." And then he went on that was like on like Lewis's, and then he goes on my like personal account, and he's like commenting like at his friends on the photo and goes, "Look at him, bro. He's just such a like he's such." I don't want to say the words. I don't know how your podcast is. But,
you can
like,
say whatever you want.
Okay. He's like you just saying all like the words. He's like, "Oh, he's a fucking faggot. Look at him." Like, all the fucking things, and he's tagging people, and he's talking to himself. So now there's just a chain
of hate, like,
and I just delete it. And then he DMs me, yo, and I just go, and I just sent something of, oh, Joey, my toe just hit something on this board. Are we all good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right, I just want to make sure. All right, I just DM'd.
Welcome to Bucked Up.
And yes, I just DM'd and I just go, and this is what happens. Eventually, get me to the point where I go. He sent me something. He goes, he sent me something about like not talking in the mic. He was just like, yo, why the fuck you even talk? You should never be on the mic. I go, first of all, he goes, why are you even on that show? I go, the dude that you love on that show asked me to be on that show. First of all, why do I talk? They asked me to explain my story.
That's my fucking
Third
job.
of all, get the fuck off my dick. I was like, you want to get the fuck on? And I went and I said, I was like, yo, get the fuck off my dick and keep watching next week because you always will. And that's where, like, again, I'm a real fucking person, guys. Like, I love the jokes. I'm a savage, low key. And he sends me back, let's be friends. What are you doing, dog?
That's the whole point of it, though.
And
Is
I'm
they
like-
just want they want something out of it. Like it's
and
not,
that's where, and that's again, that's my role on rap. My role on rap is to get a rise out of me now, right? It's like, hey, can we get under Dylan's skin a little bit? Can we make him feel on edge? Like even today, like I'm yelling.
You
at
were nominated for best episode.
Yeah,
of the year.
yeah, because my fucking Dylan's freak out. Like and like that's also look at that. I'm like, I'm again inside scoop. I am getting annoyed during that podcast, but then I'm a young kid. I'm still learning a lot about this game. Towards the end of the fucking bit, I'm like, my episode, like that's what you guys consider great. I'm happy. Like, if I can deliver good, bad, happy, or sad, and like that is creating. Like I had comedians like that, like friends of mine, like call me and go, I just watched the 26-minute clip. I go, there's a 26-minute clip out there, but you watched 20 like.
It's all publicity. Is good publicity.
I'm like someone like literally people say like, oh, like I don't want.
It's like reality TV show. Like you kind of have to play into it, or you're not gonna get the fucking.
And like that, all emotions are real. Like and like half the time, like some are, some aren't. But like at the end of the day, like the only thing I wish people would understand is like it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
Like whether as much as like
you wouldn't be working there if you fucking hated it. Like if you're fucking storming out and like it's not, you're not gonna.
And like
be
listen, there's a legitimate part of me where I was like, what am I? Like, listen, like again, emotions are real. I'm sitting in the merch side, like figuring out myself, like figuring out what the fuck do I do.
Yeah.
And then again, you talk to yourself as like an adult, and you're like, go in there and own it. Like what are you going to do? Like I literally had to say to I spent my New Year's Day, whatever you want to call it, editing the real assies, editing Ari's asshole, doing graphic work, like stressing my, like going back and forth with the chat, everyone, all the comedians doing it last minute. And then I'm like, and I'm literally pulling my hair. I'm getting pissed this morning. And there's a moment I take a step back and I go, I have the best job in the world. Like I have a job where I'm like, this is what I'm stressing out about.
Yeah.
So like that's another thing is like people say shit all the time in the comments. I'm like, yo, you're watching. Like even when you talk shit about Lewis, you talk shit about Zach, talk shit about the guest. Like that's the only thing
me as a person. I've never been that, like, I vocalize hate for sure if like someone pisses me off, but like I would never watch a show where I'm just like, let me just, and that's the one thing with a live chat.
Yeah.
Is like if like Mandalorian was on like with a fucking live chat and Dave Filoni, like people are reading it, you'd be like, this seems a little long. Like art sometimes shouldn't be taken in at real time, and that's a funny thing with podcasting. So like
100%.
again is
yeah.
fans. There's people that do understand. There's people that don't. But people don't understand is like I put in the fucking work to be an entertainer and to be a producer, creative. I've done my fucking research and like I've done like I've done analytics, anything and all of it. So that's where as like a fan, as an everything man, I just wish people would enjoy the ride. That's what I'm gonna end on. Yo, like it's a fucking podcast. Like
End on. We're about halfway.
no,
we're about halfway through this podcast.
My point. No, I wasn't
he
ending your
mic
podcast.
drops.
It would have been great if I left on that point, though.
That would be just stormed out.
No, I meant because I don't want to ramble because I know listeners, whatever. But like, if this is like you said, self-help and everything, like, yo, like,
Totally.
if this is like, I mean,
But that you came in not knowing what it was. When you
not at all.
So when you get threatened, you almost get shot, you're getting like made fun. Are there times when you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
So this is the part that people don't understand, and I don't even think Lewis understands. I'm right at home, and I mean that in my actual home. Like I'm the youngest of 3. I have I have my older brother, I have my dad, I have all these people in my life, whatever. This is like kind of how I grew up. My brother's 8 years older than me. My dad always made fun. My dad like called me Felipe for like no reason one year. Like one year he just woke up. He was like, you know what would get under Dylan's skin? Call him Felipe every day. And he go, hey, what's up, Felipe? And I had no reason. He would just get under my skin. I'd be like, my name's not Felipe. And then one day I come home from school and I go, Mom, like I want to have a play date. And she goes, okay. My best friend at the time who I made that year, like made the best friend of the year. And my dad gets like wind of it, and my dad literally makes me go. He's sitting in the room with my brother and my sister, and he goes, Dylan, what are you doing this weekend? And I go, oh, I'm going on a play date. He goes, tell him what's the name of your friend you're on a play date? I go, Felipe. And the room just dies, like dying laughing. And it was just like when people say like, oh, like, like where, like, like if you're like, oh, like why gas, like how, like it's like at the end of the day, like I don't know. It's like I've played Little Brother my entire life.
You feel at home. It makes sense.
I'm playing Little Brother again. I'm like one day I'll be Big Brother. I'm 23. Like I don't care.
Is that weird that it repeated itself like that though? Like that just randomly you ended up in this situation that you feel comfortable in because of this totally other like.
When I was going,
like there's not many bosses that are like Lewis, and there's not many dads that would call their son Felipe. You know what I mean? Like that's a weird thing.
It is fucking
you get
weird. No,
yourself
100%.
into.
Like my dad was like an Israeli. My dad was very like my dad was a very strange parent in the way where like the first time I got caught watching porn, my brother was like laughing, making fun of me. My mom's like, oh my god. My dad's like watching TV in the other room. Like not even like with the family engaged, like just watching like football. And I just literally ran to my dad because he's the only one not in the room, and I'm freaking out like over my words. Like, I'll never forget. I'm standing over the couch, and my dad looks up like this, and I'm freaking. I go, I'm lying. I'm like, I went on this one site, and I went to here, and I went to here, and I don't even know. And my dad, swear to God, just looks at me, slaps me, just slaps me, and like it's like a TV moment, like. Get your shit together. And I'll never remember if it was like get your shit together or it was like a discipline slap. But I just got slapped. It was like next person. And I just like moved on in my life. And like not saying it's like, oh, Lewis hits us. He does. Cause he like yo, like even today, like Lewis said so many things, and then like the end of the podcast, like I'm literally like Shannon's like, I'm shaking. I'm like, I'm shaking. And then Lewis goes, good job, kids. And I'm like, oh my God. Good job?
Yeah.
Like we did good. Like you're like exactly. So like, is it weird? When I went back for Christmas, I had a feeling of like, and
You called your dad Lewis.
yes. I was like, you're not saying doggy. Is everything okay, doggy? I had a thought of like, is this healthy? Is this okay? All these things, and then I was like, not even is this healthy? I was like more of like you said, history repeats itself. Like, is that good?
Yeah,
is that okay?
100%.
And I think it's like my thing to conquer in a sense that makes sense. It's like the one thing that I've always played little brother and all these things, and it's like I said to my friend one time is I was on the phone with my friend Kevin. Shout out Kevin Sanchez. I'm gonna shout him out. He's on the second episode, Dope and Dime. Check out Dope and Dime, my little podcast.
Yeah, shout out.
But
with our producer Ani Moosh.
She's on the first episode.
She's on the first
killed
episode.
it. But we're gonna get the plugs later. I called Kevin. He's a close friend, close comic friend, really funny. And I expressed that to him. I go, I'm sick of being little brother. And I'm having a hard week. I go, I'm sick of being little brother. And he goes, yo, Dylan, question. Do I treat you like a little brother? And it was a big, long pause. And he knew he got me. I go, no. He goes, so shut the fuck up. And it was like, sometimes you need that. And
100%.
And I feel like maybe like the fans or like some people like as humans, like, let's not all like fucking lie that we're not humans. Like you need that. Sometimes you just need someone to be like, yo, shut the fuck up, keep going. And like that's 100% is like every 3 weeks I need one person to be like, yo, by the way, you're not a faggot.
Is that friend a comedian or no?
Yes, Kevin Sanchez.
Okay, see, I have friends who are non-comedians, and those friends kind of put it in perspective for me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, like when I'll be stressing about a podcast.
But do they get it?
I do think they get it. I don't think. I mean, of course, I'm not on the level of you where like you get like recognition, whether it be good or bad. Like, no, but this is honestly like going back to the all publicity is good publicity. Like you are a stand-up,
Yeah.
and this, you being like this is what I have to conquer. It also is helping you follow your passion.
Yeah, and
like,
I think about that every day. I think about like that. So like you said, self-help. Like I'm about self-help so much. I'm about like into looking at yourself. Like I was at the gas Christmas party high as fuck being like, do I belong here? And then I took shrooms and Molly and I was like, I'm one of them.
mm-hmm.
I'm one of them. I'm one with the trees. Like dude, like people also don't
But that's
understand
good that you question it, that it's
Every day of my
not
life.
just
Yeah.
it's not like just like a blind leadership. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
like, and that's another thing is like you have to look about like what you want to do in your life and how hard you want to work to get there. And I always have felt like I always wanted to outwork everyone around me, if that makes sense. Like I always wanted to prove that I can not only do my thing, but I can record my tapes, make them look better than this, do the intro, do the outro, direct, and like I do want to do all these things because I'm just passionate about all these things, and that's why I love. Like I always were against starting podcasts, but I'm not against starting something that you feel true to yourself. If you feel comfortable doing your podcast, you're like, regardless of who's listening or whatever, like I'm just doing what I love.
I think that's the only reason.
You should,
because
do
we
something.
were talking
Yeah.
about that. Why? Like I don't have any like backing and any you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm just a comedian from Massachusetts, so that this podcast has gotten any type of like
For sure.
following is kind of like I think it is only because I'm passionate about it. Only because like I want to have these conversations. Like
Yeah.
I'm too anxious of a person to like ask you all these things in real life. Like if
But it's easier
Irish
idea.
like just brought me over to gas and I met you and I like wanted to ask you these things, like I didn't feel comfortable, but this is the thing I want
It
to do.
gives you an outlet for sure.
100%, and which I realized 100% might be my catchphrase because I've said that
100%,
I've
yeah.
said that a lot.
I like it.
I've said that a lot.
I like
That's
it.
real.
It's a good shirt.
But this comedy, you've kind of to question it and to like you're doing shit. Like your comedy then can be built because you said you went to this job just because you got the job because of your resume.
So the way, and then, so I'll do the quick story again for people who care. Fan of Ari Shaffir, fan of Joe Rogan. A lot before I moved here to New York to go after comedy, I would listen to as much Joe Rogan, just a lot of like the comedian episodes, obviously, find new comedians, whatever, and I would just study them, like the things he would talk about, his routines of listening to his set, like just literally like doing like basic comedy school, like
The same way. Joe
understanding-
Rogan's the
and
same way.
yeah, and like so that's what I was listening to, and then one day, Ari Shaffir, you know the friend group, I love them, and then I love Ari. I remember watching to his stand up one day, and I was like, and I didn't get it at the time, and that was funny because I was young. I remember that was before I even thought about doing comedy. I was like high school, and now I'm like, oh, that's that guy. Okay, so I see Ari. Ari mentions Skankfest, and I go, that's a funny name, and it catches your eye, obviously, and I go, okay, and I follow Skankfest. Skankfest posts, who do you want to see at the next Skankfest? I'm doing the vlog. I just moved here. I'm doing the vlogs. I'm like in the middle of doing in the middle of the height of my vlogs. And I put it on my story and I go, hey, everyone, if you fuck with me, if you care, go comment my name on this. My name's like the only name that's like repeat. There's like other names like like Louis C.K. Like all the little names, and then there's just like Dylan, like
Your vlogs had a following at that point.
yeah, like a little bit. And I also like again like people don't understand this. Like I had like I have like a little Instagram friend like fan base, and like I have like people who genuinely like fuck with me, and like obviously at the time like small but like dedicated, and that's like again what gas is like. It's not about finding fans who would just like no one wants a fan who would just leave if I do something one time. Like I want you to understand me as a human, understand that I have layers. So like that's what I appreciate. So I put that on my story. They all go comment. Skankfest DMs me and goes, hey, you got a bunch of names, you got a bunch of comments. Just gonna let you know this is the date. Submit yours exactly at 12. And I go, done. I kind of would go back and forth with Skankfest account a little bit. And I'm not gonna shout out because I don't know if that person wants this out, but the person who runs it goes, hey, go follow my personal. I go, okay. Long story short, I get invited to come to a Gas Digital podcast. He goes, come in the morning. I come at 11 a.m. It's rap. I don't even know the show. I barely even know Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, I'm like watching it. He goes, hey, the person who got me in there, he goes, told me to bring my resume. He goes, hey, I'm about to go get mailed. Like, you want to chill here? I'm like, I'm only really comfortable around you. Anxiety. I'm just gonna come hang out with you. That's okay.
Yeah.
We're walking. We're talking. We're chilling. I did a show at the Stand like a week or two before. As I'm walking with this person, I hear Dylan, and I like look back and checking to see like a friend, and he goes Dylan, like, and I'm like, don't know who this person is. And he goes, yo, I just saw you at the Stand. Like, yo, you did that one bit with the perkiest tits. Yo, that shit was funny as fuck, bro. Yo, let me get your Instagram. I forgot to ask you after the show. Daps me up. I go, oh, shit, what's up, man? I appreciate you. And I give him my thing. I turn around, and he goes, fan? And I go, guess so. And he just goes, no fucking way. There's a word out there. That was the first person to ever recognize me in my life, like, for my work at all. Like,
Isn't that a great feeling? I had one person recognize me at the Wilbur Theater.
But what a moment.
At that moment when you're with the person.
Listen,
yeah,
getting recognized is awesome. Like, I mean, like, if
but when you're like,
oh my God,
yeah,
it's like I'm getting
that's
recognized
the
during a
best
fucking
time.
interview, basically. Yeah. And so I walk in. We kind of say nothing about it. I go about my conversation. I'm still shocked about it. But I'm trying to stay cool. I'm just talking. I'm like just talking. We walk into the studio, and that person just goes, this fucking kid just got noticed on the street. Did I tell you he's something? And that person kind of shouted me out a bunch. And there's a lot of people at Gas that understand that I have layers and I have a work ethic and all those things. And that's kind of what I mean, like, again, self-help. Like, it's having a passion for something is awesome. Motherfucker, put your nose to, like, the ground and, like,
and the universe gives
it.
you things that,
and, like, they will, 100%.
There's no correlation between how Lewis and your dad like act similar.
They're very similar. It's crazy.
But it just kind of worked out that way. Same thing that the first time you get recognized
it's
is
during,
that shows that your path is on the right.
Ralph looked at my resume for like 0.4 seconds and go, all right, give him 30 days. And like that's what it was. Like, give him 30 days and we'll see if we want to give him another 30 days.
The almost shooting happened within that 30 days.
I believe so.
That's crazy.
I asked that person who got me the job. He goes. I need to know 2 days you're gonna be here because that's like you can be here as much as you want. Wink, wink, wink. But I need to know the exact 2 days you're always gonna be here. And I go, I'm gonna be here Monday through Friday. But here's the days I can come in, like Monday, Tuesday. You can always guarantee me. He goes, okay. I go, what time should I come in? He goes, what time can you? I go, what time should I? And he goes, if you get what I'm saying, listeners and everyone, that means, what time do I look best?
Exactly.
And he goes, if you come in 11 a.m. every day, you look amazing. And I go, cool. I had a job at that point that I took less hours at. I worked at a rooftop bar in Soho, New York City. If you don't understand what that is, I had more money than your fucking parents one
He's
summer.
making a lot. He can afford. He can afford a life in New York City.
Dylan, how'd you afford that camera gear? Oh, camera gear. Ooh, I sold all the margaritas to your mom. Oh my God, it was so much.
He fucked her too.
I fucked her.
Sold her the margaritas, then fucked her, and then paid her rent.
But so I was really lucky to have that job, but I knew what I was doing, so I take less hours. So I literally said to him,
"Were you doing stand up at this point?"
I'm doing stand at the all points.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm juggling. Exactly.
Oh yeah, you got yeah.
So
I say to the bar, I only can do Saturday and Sundays. They go, okay. I do Saturday and Sundays, Monday through Friday at gas. I'm telling you right now, I would come in every day at 11. I wouldn't leave minimum till 8. And half the time I was still leaving at 11 again. Had a girlfriend at the time also, still juggling with like a relationship. Comedy, doing stand-up every Friday night. All these things, still dealing with gas. Dealing with like finishing an edit, about to leave. And then someone go, hey Dylan, can you do this for me? And not understanding the process of like, they're just obviously throwing work and being like, hey, it would be awesome if we could do this. Oh, wait,
Right.
we have someone we can throw it to. And me just wanting to make everyone happy. But like, that's also like the work ethic. Like I've heard a lot of stories of people being like, of showing that off, of showing
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm willing to do anything.
Because some people would be like, oh, you're doing the bitch work. But then that's their ego not doing the work to then get them to the point. Like, sometimes you got to take shit to get to the next level. Like, sometimes you got to just be like, I'm going to do it.
What
And
I said to Lewis, I come up and I'm going to go, if the listeners don't know, if Lewis can't find parking and the show is running too late, I will go park his car. And I go up to go park his car. He doesn't text me that he did find parking. And he's walking. And I look at him and I go, what the fuck? He goes, oh, sorry, dog. You found parking over here. Da, 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 da. And I just go, dude, I spent all fucking day yesterday editing. It was fun. And he goes, oh, wait, dude. And he forgot I had to go pay the meter. So he goes, here's the car. I go, dude, I spent all day yesterday editing. That shit was fucking fun. Yeah, fun. And he goes, yeah, now you have to go do bitch work. It's fucking, that's the life. And I like said something like that. And like, it was like, not like mean. I feel like I said it mean. It's like a way of like understanding. Like someone said like, oh, you go get Lewis's coffee. I'm like, I get paid.
Yeah.
Like I'm here doing fun things. And if you're telling me like, I get to sit here, listen to a podcast, get a man coffee. And I'm like, in this world, cool.
You're also on the #1 comedy podcast. Like, your name is known for the fucking, and you're a comedian. It's not like you're doing this shit.
I'm
like,
the only-
I want the money. Like, not. I
Yeah.
want the like. You're doing this for yourself.
Like it's so there was a point when I came back when we started doing the things in studio again and things started opening up and I started doing more comedy. I would go out to things that like had some people associated with gas and more people in the crowd would be like dildo, and then I was single at the time and we were in Philly and this chick goes dildo. And I look up and I'm like, she's like, hey, like, let me buy you a beer. And I was just like, what a weird world where you could be setting up a camera, get called dildo, turn around, and someone has a smile on their face and goes, can I buy you a beer? You're like, that's where, again, like, we used to have fun with it, where it's like, I love rap for how crazy it gets because sometimes it even makes me, because I love pushing people's line in my comedy, and that's another thing is like where when you do your stand up you figure out your
How long are you in for stand? How long have you been doing stand up?
coming up on like 3 years, but like 2.5 like Corona. Like during Corona, like I as a comedian, my name, my recognition, my embodiment, like I grew over the pandemic. Like I never technically stopped growing, was because of like the podcast.
We were just talking about this. It's weird. Like, people took this time and just was like, I guess I'll be stagnant.
Yeah.
But it's not like you can't still grow. Like, it's you
Well,
can
like,
still become more
there's a
even
lot
if
of
you're not
things
doing
where-
your other shit.
So and again, I know I'm in a lucky ass position. I know gas is a lucky position, but what I will say was, this is what I'm gonna say. Is I didn't like everyone starting shit at the first. Like, remember that first month of like pandemic where like everyone was like, all right, I have here's like this is a real like I'm calling someone out. This is me taking shots. Hey, this is blah blah blank drinking coffee with me every morning. Cheers. And it was just like a phone video of him being like, can you believe that we're stuck inside? And then it like crossfades into another video. He's like, my cat's laying down. I'm like, what am I like? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like and like I mean more of, and what I'm getting at is like it's funny you didn't think to start these things before. Like you didn't think to like get into media. And again, like I'm young, dumb, full of cum, all those fucking things where I'm like the the TikTok kid, but I don't really fuck with TikTok because like I said, I do my research. I always knew I had to be online in some medium. And that's where, again, where the podcast now came like the fire came from
fans asking me, hey, I was going through comedy albums on Spotify. Where's yours? Like link me to it so I can listen to it. And I was like, oh, I don't have anything. And that was me as a comedian, as a content creator going, I should have something out. Like the podcast is great, rap is great, being at Gas is great, but for my fans, for my personal fans, because I feel like I lacked on them for a long time during this pandemic. Like I feel like Gas fans got the most of me, whereas my fans kind of just got to learn who I am outside, not outside of myself, but out like in like the real world again. They understood like what I'm doing currently, but understanding that okay, right now he's not so much in front of the scenes. He's more like a part of an entity.
Right, yeah.
And so so you get people who are kind of confused, but like that comes with all of it. But
and that's why you started your new podcast.
Yeah, I started because also it's a passion project. I really say that I'm putting my heart and soul into this. It's Saturday Morning Cartoons, the podcast. Get high, watch cartoons, come hang out. It's right now gonna be on live this Sunday at 11 a.m. every Sunday at 11 a.m. Gonna try to do it live from the studio so we can have the chat involved. So if you want a show, come recommend it. And that's the idea, is like we're gonna have fun and do some shit, but like me as a person, I also like this. If you're a young comic or young anyone and you're like, how did Dildo get there? Why Dildo? I have more qualifications than him. You're in Wisconsin. Like
you create your like
yeah,
you have
like
to
you create your reality.
Yeah.
Like one thing I will say is like I never wanted to get to a position and not be qualified or not be ready, if that makes sense. Like I never wanted to be like meet someone and not be funny enough or something. Or like,
do you feel that when you're like people are asking you for a comedy album and you're like, I'm only 3 years in, like
that's why I scapegoat to a fucking podcast. And
same here.
Yeah, I'm like, all right.
I understand.
I'm like, I'm pretty good at improv. If you ever sure. The comedy album's fun, but like I also just got asked to do like 20 minutes in Philly for a large amount of money that I haven't gotten paid for in comedy before. And,
congratulations.
Thank you. And still waiting on that, Corona. And that's like the shit you have to like, kind of aim for. It's like small wins. Like get yourself on a step that's close enough to the next step. That's close enough to the next step that you want to like. You know what I'm trying to say? Like
because then I guess
people just want to jump 10 steps for some fucking
because
reason.
you know you're gonna fall at some point. So if you get too far, that fall might be too much. But if you build it up gradually and
you only fall in one step.
Exactly. And
Yep.
then you're like, I've already been here. I can do this. And then you can just kind of build your way back up.
People always ask me why haven't you been on TikTok? Like, dude, you no offense to like anyone like who can do content, motherfucker. I know I would do good on TikTok. I know I could like develop this personality.
Isn't it weird? People get so not famous on TikTok, but get so many views, and it really does show that our attention span for that stuff is really short. Because it's like you have 800,000 followers on TikTok, but
it doesn't translate, and that's what.
But
I'm
it
getting
doesn't
at.
translate,
and that's what I'm getting at.
Oh.
So everyone, even at the studio, where like that's where like I hate when people ask like I see a young kid, they see me, and they're like, "Oh, he's on TikTok, he's on all these things." I'm like, no, like I said, I want to actually be in this business. Like, you're never gonna see a future director of Star Wars in a fucking TikTok star.
Yeah.
Like the TikToks, like Charlie D'Amelio isn't gonna somehow become like the next fucking director of the fucking Avengers. And if you're wondering like why that correlation, Dylan, because I would love to have those properties in my hand to make my own. That's what a director does. You get handed something like Batman and you go, okay, how would you do it? Here's a script, but do it in your way. And that's what, like, again, as me as a creative, like, position yourself to be where you want to be. And I love that how you said if you go up to, like, and I've always said that if you jump all these steps at once, one misstep, you're going right back to Wisconsin.
Yeah,
you're going right back to ground zero. And I refuse to have ever been in one lane, because I never wanted to happen. Like, whether it's like stand up, and also this comes from having parents who are like really worried, especially my dad, who was like, how are you gonna make it out there type shit. I was like, I'm a man with the camera also, don't forget that. And like I made a lot of money doing camera work for like comedians and shit, and like shows, and I would get more shows because I would record the show for free and ask for a spot. And you're like, oh, Dylan, how'd you get so much stage time in this 1 week? I'm like, because I put in, like, I always position myself.
Because you're smart. Like, being funny or being a person is like the ticket to play.
Oh, I'm not funny. I'm a fucking genius.
But it's true. Like the ticket to play is like, oh, but then it's what else can you do around it to get you things? Like
I'm serious. Like I like funny's fun, but like I'm meticulous. Like I remember having a conversation with someone even at gas, and they were like, I don't think you put a formula to this, and I was like, bet.
if you can outwork everyone else, you're going to be more successful than it. There is a formula.
Yeah.
It's like it was really fun. So we got really fucked up on the first night here. I took
I can imagine
1,200 milligrams of edibles.
Oh, you know, I can only not every time Joey asks me to come here, but like the times where I'm like, hey Joe, you want to hang out? I'm always like, let me clear 4 hours after. I'm not even lying to you. I've canceled on 2 people before, and they've been like, one person was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm just really high right now.
But this is actually funny because if you ask them, they might say that they get too high when I'm here.
Yeah, but they just lay here.
You guys match me pretty well. That's
they're
why
not-
we work together. That's why we work
Don't
together.
worry, they're on mic. They all just nodded. Yes, yes, we all do get very high. Yes, we are your friends. Yes.
All right, I'm leaving. This is your podcast now.
All right, this is the last episode of Bucked Up.
Exactly.
We're going into a recession.
But the point I was trying to make is the next morning I was still high when I woke up and I was meditating on this couch.
Jesus.
And I was thinking about
meditating.
my formula, like the formula.
Mm-hmm.
And it is consistency plus time. Like
Yeah.
equals success. Like if I can stay consistent and outwork over a long period of time, then that will equal success, and that's it. It's as simple as that.
It's a lot of like, I mean, not everyone's gonna like you, and I feel like that's something that I had to.
Most people don't like me.
And like exactly, like like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I had to learn. Like that's what like also again is where you're like, oh, I feel at home, and this is my thing to conquer is because. Yeah, I want to be that comedian. Like I want to be that dude in comedy. So if this is my freshman year, what's my senior year? Like talk to me when I'm like, oh, like I'm no like gas is like its own entity and I'm my own entity and it's like 8 years from now. And like I get to say like, oh yeah, I was there when it was like a fucking shack.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when now it's a fucking bar stool, it's a fucking network, it's like, you know, a whole thing. And that's my work now. Like I sometimes like I get some like a lot of pride in that where I get to look back even at the ass season, like whatever, and be like, no, that's like your work. Like your name's on that. Like you said, like my name's on that. Like and
you're making a lot more people like happy than I don't know, whatever job, like corporate job or whatever. Like it pays off cosmically and karma wise. Like it's like you feel good because like you fucking
Someone
this is
made-
a thing that's put out there.
someone made personal like these little like ornaments for all the people at gas. And I just like looked at it and you just had and like they read the note and they were like, hey, I lost my job. Just want to really thank y'all for producing content. And we were all like obviously on drugs and we're just like you start forgetting like there's a live chat, there's all the hate, there's all these things, but like you have to like and it's hard because we're humans, but like I have to separate it. Like guys, I even say this a lot. I even said this to, like Lewis before. I'm like, I'm not here to really be a comedian. I'm here to be I'm here to make sure the ship is sailing.
Yeah,
Like,
this is your job.
Like yeah, like you guys are the fucking comedians. Like and even again, like this is not my room to be like, hey yo, like if you had me on as a guest, you never met me before, I could come on, get called a faggot, and make jokes about it, but like be in the room like I do with my friends all the time. Like I've lived that life. Like,
Yeah.
I know what that life is. That sometimes I say to people, I'm like, you realize I'm not waking up every day like let's go be funny.
Right. You respect them because they've put their time.
Yeah,
like, not.
I'm like the way I can be funny is just by being a fucking like, oh, okay, Lewis, like okay. So like I do that. Like someone's like, oh, Dylan's crying again. I'm like, it's like really funny for people to be like, I'm like, it's a world. It's its own show.
And it makes those people happy. Like having a 20.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's a world. I'm
having 26-minute clip of you like
Fucking
crying.
crying,
and that makes a lot of people happy. And they also don't realize that if you go up and you're like, hey bitch, this isn't real, it ruins it. Like it makes it less enjoyable for that amount of
I
people.
really cried. Let's not get it mistaken.
The title of this episode is Dylan Really Cried and for
kissed the man.
And for $62,000 would Doc with
No,
another
no
man.
more. I thought we edited that part out. I thought we edited that out. I swore we edited that one.
Say the magic word and she'll have to edit it out.
Roach! There was a roach in this apartment. Sorry. Don't hate me, guys. Invite me back to this apartment. No, but gas is fun. Like that's where like you have to like every week I reach a point where I'm like it's getting too close to like work. You're taking it home type shit. And like yeah, like even like right now like I had it was a really stressful last 24 hours making sure this ass is a word go up and like no disrespect to you, just my mind. I forgot I was doing this and then I was like, you know what?
No problem at all.
But a part of me was really, and I said this in there because I couldn't do it Thursday because I knew I was editing. I'm really happy I chose to do it because it's like you need, that's what grounding is like doing your own things and doing your passion project, doing Doped Up and Dying, doing Bucked Up, doing like really two great names to be honest. I think we're really two really smart people. It's that's what it is. It's like yo, I people need to remember like I'm an employee there. Like I'm a producer. Like I'm there to work and like I know I know it can be fun to like get behind hate, but at the end of the day like the show's running because I'm there. Like that's why I'm like working to. That's like in a sense like when something goes wrong, like half of my job is putting out fires.
Well, I think that's why gas probably works so well. I don't want to speak for your business, but like it's funny seeing Lewis like get angry and you say the things. But then like I had Ralph on this podcast and we talked for a long time afterwards. And he's a nice guy. Like he's a kind guy. And it works the kind of good cop, bad cop of the business. You know what I mean?
I think about it all the time of like I'm not even lying to you. There's times I'm just sitting at my home and I'll just somehow it'll just come across my head of like I said I really like study like fuck my hair. I really like study like people and all that shit. I don't know. Their dynamic is so good. It's crazy. And I'm saying this as like an employee. Like Lewis will again, like I said, will be so scary on like air and like to the point where so a little pull back the curtains. Lewis is yelling at me during the Kumia bit because Ian's trying to come in and interrupt it. And not to ruin the pizzazz for anyone, but Lewis is he goes and he tells me, he goes, wait for after, we'll discuss it, have him come in. I go, wait till after. Ian's like, let me go in now. And he opens the door and Lewis goes and he's looking at me and then I go, yo, just wait. But I'm also trying to be like a comedian, being like, maybe Ian's like, I have something. So a comedian to me is like, this guy's screaming, I have something. But that's my boss.
Yeah.
And then so Ian closes the door, and then it's still going. He goes, all right, I want to go. Are the nominees going? I want to interrupt the nominees. And then he opens the door again, and Lewis looks up and just goes, like, gets really mad, and then like pulls and like tells me to come in there again, and I'm literally like, there's a moment where I just like I'm getting stressed, anxiety's up, and Lewis pulls me up and goes, it's not that fucking hard. Tell him to fuck. I go. I'm fucking telling him. And now I'm getting like anxiety.
Yeah.
And I walk out and I kind of close the door and Ian's like, should I go in now? And I go, Ian, please, for fuck's sake, man, wait till after the video's over. And I just do it just like that. Like I'm losing my mind low key. And I go, Ian, for fuck's sake, please wait till the video. He goes, but I go, Ian, that's my fucking boss. Just wait, dude. And then I go, the video's over. Go now. He opens it. The bit goes swimmingly.
It goes great. Yeah.
No one sees that. No one sees me and Lewis. Like Lewis literally like this back and forth where it's like to the last hair of a second. Oh, everything's okay.
But that's why it works out.
Exactly.
Because it wouldn't.
And then after the fucking podcast is over, all these emotions, like I'm shaking from anxiety. Good job, kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck am I in?
The pendulum has to swing like so far one way to get back the other way.
And like it's so funny. It's like Lewis will like give us deadlines, and we'll like there's as employees we'll look at him and be like,
are you fucking kidding me? He's like, short deadlines, gets work done fast. It gets work done, like, you'll put it off and you won't do it.
We were talking about this on the last episode. It's funny, though, because that anxiety is only felt like when you were a kid and you had elated stuff. And you don't feel that much, like, later in life.
Oh, I get it. What? I have
But
assignments every
you
week.
probably, you say
have
that
assignments
it's
every
like
fucking
being in
week.
college. It's like being
Oh my
in
god! I
middle
don't know. It's
school.
100% feeling like you're in
And if you
school.
fucking, yeah,
I
that's
equate it to that, yeah. Because it's like people don't understand. Is like I'm also there for anytime Lewis is like, that's a good drop. Like that's a good idea. We should do that next week. Someone can make that. Like that's what the asses were. Like the asses were like, we haven't done that in a while. Like let's do it Friday. And then Lewis is like gets it, locked into his head, and then we don't like. I didn't get the videos of those people again pulling back the curtains until last night. Like. Shannon said a story to Zach.
I don't think you realize how horrible the Ari Shafir asshole video is.
Oh my god.
I looked at Irish and just stared at him because can I say what? Why?
Yeah, of course, 100%.
Joey edits rap now. And I didn't know this. I found out recently. Joey edits rap, and I had to edit Ari's asshole, and Joey looks at me and goes, "I have to censor his asshole," and I go, "Oh, you have the
That's
worst
way
job."
for about I'd say a
Joey,
10-minute video.
I just separated the audio and just blacked out his screen, and was just like, I don't need to see it. As long as the audio is right, I was like, whatever it is.
When everyone listening to this podcast, watch the assies.
Someone said in the comments, they go, what's the word? It coming out means there was penetration. So,
Well, the first thing Irish says is that looks like a pussy.
oh my, it is awful. All right, off of Ari Shafir's asshole.
I think that's actually the perfect place to end. is
On Ari Shafir's
on
asshole?
Ari Shafir's asshole.
That is
That's-
very porn.
We started
poetic
with
ending.
with how much money a year would you need to make to be gay?
I'm pretty sure we cut that, but okay.
62.50.
I know we did it. I know we did it.
62.50, and we're ending on Ari Shafir's asshole. Thank you so much for being on. This was really a
anytime.
great
Of course.
episode.
Let's get
And
high now.
Yeah, let's definitely get high. Do you want to plug? I know you did Doped Up and Dying.
Yes.
Which is a dope idea, the cartoons.
Thank you.
And you said that's a passion. You always love cartoons.
Oh my god, like
Do you draw?
I do as like my free time, but like not like my if I put my head into like a night, if I need an idea. My problem with drawers and what I have so much respect for, I'm pointing at Ani a lot.
Ani's a great
is-
artist.
I can't like just be like mushrooms and put like a monster type character here that has like I can't do that. I have to like be like, you know what I want to draw? Spider-Man, and I have to like really think about it. But Doped Up and Dying is like I said, Saturday morning cartoons, the podcast. On Sundays though, like I said, just getting high, watching cartoons. You're gonna be on it soon. We're gonna book
I
that.
would love that.
We're gonna
That's
book that. We
fucking
gotta figure out the
amazing.
whole
Which cartoons we'll
traveling
watch.
and stuff.
Yes.
Absolutely. But yeah. Oh, this
Shout
is
out.
this is what I'm saying. Is
This
like
is Ani.
I could
Moshe's
draw
art.
this, but I'm gonna draw exactly this, and I'm gonna give this back to you in 2 days when I'm done like sketching it. Like
He's tracing it.
exactly. Can you draw? I can trace. That's basically what that whole thing was.
Give me-
was,
can you draw if I have a thin enough piece of paper?
Send me. I want that as a clip. If I have a thin enough as that's hilarious. That's literally how I draw. You know me. Yes. So Doped Up
I
and Dying.
figure out my guess by the end of every episode.
I'm learning. So yeah, Doped Up and Dying. It's a great name. Ani's our first guest. She murdered it. Kevin Sanchez, my friend, comedian. He's the second episode. We're gonna have bigger comedians, people that have been at gas, but also fun people. The whole idea isn't just to like. I think I wrote it on my fucking phone. We're not guest chasing. We're fun chasing. Like it's not about the guests, their size, their fan base. You're coming on to be funny.
No fat guess though. That is.
Oh
one
no,
rule.
there's only so much space.
You have to weigh in before going.
No. There's literally like fast metabolism or not in at all. We eat a lot of sugary cereal.
You and Zach are not making out on the show.
No, never. I think Zach might actually stab me for making this show. But guys, yeah, Doped Up and Dying. It's on my YouTube. I think we just passed 200 on the first episode. Ani, shout out, and like another couple hundred on Facebook. But like, yeah, it's not audio, but we're gonna work on getting it audio wise. Still independent, baby. So go YouTube, Dylan J Negri, and Doped Up and Dying. Passion Project, watching cartoons.
That was fantastic. Like and subscribe to Bucked Up. This has been me, Sam Buck. I don't know what
Can I
that
do my sound again?
Yeah. I can't.
I do my